So it's time to look at the great banyan tree and see how it expresses the filling nature of the wizard. So when you look at a tree, the roots really exemplify the nature of the will, the trunk and the branches, the nature of the wizard, and the leaves, the nature of the warrior. So we're going to be focusing on the trunk and the branches and seeing how the banyan tree really exemplifies the wizardly nature. When you look at these branches, you'll notice they're very much like roots. They're gnarly, they're kind of going every which direction, and you can almost imagine that this is what must look like under the soil. And that's what you do as a wizard. You emotionally express what's happening in the mind. So if you look at the picture here, if you were to strip the leaves away, the branches would look very similar to the roots. And that's what you're supposed to be doing as the wizard. You're supposed to be uniquely expressing what's going on beneath the surface in that mysterious land of the mind. That's the job of the wizard. You want to express it out in a unique way, but you want to make sure it's pretty similar to that mysterious world of the mind that's going on in the nature of the will. So the principle we can see here is the mirroring branches. The branches mirror the roots. That's what they're supposed to do. And when you're a wizard, your emotions are supposed to mirror your thoughts. That's your job. So let's go a little further here. You'll notice there's a lot of leaves here. There's a lot of aerial roots. In between the leaves and the roots are all these branches. And that's you as the wizard. You're going to take the nourishment from the roots and distribute it up to the leaves. You're in between the two of the warrior and the will. Your job as the wizard is to be the go-between. You bring what the warriors need from the will. You're this nourishing means of distribution. So that's what you are as the wizard, and we can see how that works here in this tree. You've got all these roots, and they need a way to get the nourishment to all those leaves. And the branches are the way that happens, and that vividly expresses the nature of the will. So these distributing branches vividly express how you as the wizard are the means of distributing what the will has in those thoughts and getting it into a form that the warriors can use. That's how you work as the wizard. Then if we look here too, you're not just distributing, you're also the connection. These branches are real solid things that are holding up the leaves, and they're also connecting the leaves with the roots. It's not just this theoretical concept of distributing nourishment, it's a solid thing. And you as a wizard, although you like being this flowy, almost intangible sometimes element, you do need to have some firmness to you. You do need to interconnect the warriors and the wills. You're the go-between. So it's important that you interconnect the roots and the leaves, and that's the job of the branch. That's also the job of the wizard. You need to be the interconnecting branch between the wills and the warriors. That's your job as the wizard. So as we look at the great banyan tree, we can see all of these principles, the mirroring branches, the distributing branches, the interconnecting branches, and that's a vivid picture of how you're to be as the will. So a tree's branches represent the filling wizard.